Okay, if you look at page 60, that's where we start talking about our shapes, geometry. So the first thing that you need to know is that solid shapes have measures of height, so how tall it is, measures of length, and measures of width, how far back it goes. For example, here is my eraser. I can measure how tall it is, how far up and down, how wide it is, far across, and how far back it goes. So its length backwards. So I have my height, my width, my length, or you could say width and length, either way. So I have how tall it is, how far across, and how much back. Those are all of my measurements of a solid shape, not one that's just flat like a piece of paper. So all shapes, just like this solid right here, have names and different parts to them. This shape is called a cube. Cube. Can you say cube? Cube. That means that all of its parts have the same size. We call each of these sides here of a solid shape a face. So see this flat surface? That is a face. A face is any flat surface of a solid shape. So flat like paper, any of the flat sides of a solid shape, that is its face. So here's our cube. All of the cube's faces are the same size. We call this part here, see the part in white? We call that the edge. The edge. The edge is where two faces meet. So see in my shape, I have a face here and a face on the top. Where they meet is that white part, and that is called your edge. Your edge. Now, just like with a flat shape, these solids have vertices as well. They have a vertex. So that would be the corner right there. So that corner, each corner is the vertex. The vertex is any corner of a solid shape. That is your vertex. So let's talk about some more solid shapes. This one that's like a circle, but round like a ball. We call that a sphere. Sphere. So a ball is a sphere. Let's spell sphere. Sphere. S-P-H-E-R-E, sphere. Now we have this shape that's round on the bottom, but it's like a triangle because it goes up to one point at the top. We call this a cone. Cone. So just like a cono, an ice cream cone. It's round on one side and then goes up to a tip, goes up to a point. Okay, what do we call this shape? It's all the way around. Its top and bottom are circles. This is a cylinder. Cylinder. Let's spell cylinder. Cylinder. C-Y-L-I-N-D-E-R, cylinder. And lastly, we have a shape. It's a lot like a cone, but it's not. The base of the cone is either a triangle or a square, but it's not a circle like a cone. And it goes up to one point. We call this a pyramid. Pyramid. Very good. Look at your paper. Your paper says, follow the directions as your teacher reads them. So I'm going to have some specific instructions for you to follow. And you have to do exactly as I say. Ready? The first instructions say, trace the edges of the pyramid. So find your pyramid. You found your pyramid? Put your finger on it, find your pyramid. Now take your pencil, and I want you to draw on the edges, each edge of the pyramid. You need to draw a line with your pencil along the edge. Don't forget, the edges are where your faces meet. So it's on the outside, it can be on the inside, it's all the places where your faces meet. But for the pyramid, not for the cube. Okay, next, draw a dot, that's a little circle, on the vertexes of the rectangular prism. The rectangular prism. Okay, I will help you with this one. The rectangular prism is in yellow. That's your rectangular prism. So it's like a rectangle, but a box. Just like a cube is like a square, but it's a box. The rectangular prism is a rectangle that's a box. So the yellow shape, draw a dot or a little circle on each vertex. Next, write your initials on one face of the cube. So find the cube. What shape is the cube? Write your initials on one of its faces. Your initials are all the first letters of your name. For example, my name is Ashley Nicole Clark. So my initials are A for Ashley, N for Nicole, and C for Clark. So I would put those on one face of my cube. Next, make a stripe on the curved surface of the cylinder. So curved is not flat, it's a little bit round, okay? Just like my marker is not flat. Looking at my marker, it's round. It goes around. See, because it's made out of a circle. So on the cube, or excuse me, on the cylinder, find the curved part and draw a stripe. A stripe is just a line. Next, draw a funny face on the sphere. Find the sphere, maybe draw a smiley face, maybe a tongue out face, draw a funny face on the sphere. And last, can you see the face of the cone? Can you see the face of the cone? Remember, the face is the flat surface, not curved. Draw an arrow pointing to where the face of the cone is. There is a face to the cone. There is a flat surface, but where is it? Draw an arrow to point to it. And lastly, you have your brain booster. I want you to look at the boxes 1 and 2 for your brain booster. Do you see the red triangle? Find the red triangle in box 1 and put your finger on it. Now find the red triangle in box 2 and put your finger on that one. It moved. It went from one corner to the other. But when it went from one corner to the other, when it moved, did it change in size or shape? In its tamaño, or did it change from the way that it looked? No. So you can put no there in the blank. It did not change. This kind of movement, where it just moves around without changing its size or shape, is called a slide, because it's like it's sliding around. Whoosh. So now you need to draw a square in box 4 that shows a slide. So look at box 3. You have a blue square in box 3 down over here. You want to slide this blue square somewhere. So draw another blue square in box number 4 that shows that this blue square has slid somewhere else, but keep its size, color, and shape the same. If you don't have a blue pencil or something like that, then you can use a regular pencil and don't worry about it. All right, that's all that you have for today. Have a wonderful day. Bye.